asked a simple question. Give me an example of how you want women to submit. That's all I asked.
Exactly. So
you went through parents, you came through wife and mother. And
that's what I'm trying
you
to say.
You should have just given an example. Just example. How do you feel when a woman is submitted to you?
It's like somebody asks you, how do
it's like the point this boy said, we are never specific on what we provide.
Submission is submission. It depends on the situation.
So give me a situation that I will know that, here I'm supposed to do this so that my husband will feel that I've submitted to him. Give me a situation.
It depends on the situation. I don't know. Submission is submission.
But you comparing it to parents, it's a different thing.
It's a different thing.
Yeah. Why are you comparing it to parents?
By the treatment, okay, I'm not comparing.
No, you compared it to parents. And that's what I was trying to tell you.
I did compare.
It's different.
Thank you. I did compare. And you said the way I treat my mom, because and you made mention of certain things.
Yeah, I did. I still stand by it. I said it can never be the same.
It can never be the same. It has to be special.
Yeah. It's two different.
It has to be special.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good. Now that's a treatment to my parents. You understand? That's a treatment to my parents. And because I am entering somewhere now let's also come to the man's side. Your mom or your dad never did poof with their waist. No, on you. Your husband is the one taking charge of that responsibility.
That's the same way I was going to.
I'm using your own way.
Yes, continue.
No. I came from. I'm going to the same way.
That's why I'm saying
you that.
Because when I was talking, you didn't let me finish my statement.
Okay.
You just
so you also don't allow him to finish.
You just took me out.
So you also don't allow him to finish. So you also don't allow him to finish.
So the way
then she will allow you to also.
Me, I want to know the point here.
So pam. Your mother is not doing that. Your father is not doing that. It's the guy. You come on, no? It's the guy who is taking that responsibility. That's number one. Number two, like what Aisha said. She said, ladies can decide that I want to do 3-year course or 2 years course and put my whole financial burden on somebody's child.
Yeah, son.
Good. Now, after all this is said and done, okay, you also have to take into consideration that the way when you use the ladies' home, because we are talking about treatment, caring, the way I care, the way I treat my mom, that's why you compared both feminine. The way I treat my mom is not the same way I have to treat my wife. That means I have to give my wife certain upper hand, or I have to give it in a certain special way. Now, we the men also, we have talked about submission. That is what we also want, or that is what is going on. Man love to be submitted to. So it's very simple. The way you also submit to your parents, because right now
you said the same.
No,
you said the same. That's why I said the same. That's why I made that point.
Okay, you said it wasn't the same. Then I asked you that
it's two different.
So
that's why
I know you guys said it's not the same. I've accepted. So meaning that the way you are talking about upper hand of treatment, and I asked you, should that also be the submission? That means the submission should be way above how you submit.
It can.
It goes both ways.
Yes.
Which both ways? Which are the submission
goes
both ways?
Yeah, the submission and the caring.
The way the woman expects you to treat her more than your parents, she's also supposed to treat you more than
submit to you more. And that brings me back to
okay, thank you. So meaning that the wife have to submit more.
Yeah, it's not the same. That's why you said even there are some people who don't respect their mothers. So if you say they should be the same, it can't be.
So that's
why I asked you.
Submit more.
That's why I didn't ask you, because normally when it comes to that's it.
They're supposed to answer the question.
We've answered the question. I said no, but they're more. No. Wait, the more that runs me back to my first question.
Okay.
How should we submit? What is some of the things that
she asked
if you had given me a scenario, I would have showed you how I would have submitted to my parents in that scenario and how I submit to my man in that scenario.
Let me give you an example. Because for me, I think it depends on what is going on. You understand? But let's say there's a situation. You understand that is going on
in the family
and stuff like that. Then the husband calls you. To talk about it. you are not supposed to raise your voice.
That's
on your
submission
husband.
for you.
Yeah, that's a submission. That's a
No, it's
because
not just that one.
Yeah, no, it's an
you said I should
example.
give you example.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's just
Exactly.
it. It's an
So I'm
example.
giving you an example because we have so many. That's why I said it depends on the situation.
Mm-hmm.
At that moment, you can't raise your voice on your husband.
Yeah.
Because you can't raise your voice on a normal human being. You can't
Yeah.
raise your
At
voice.
that point, we are supposed to
on
talk
your-
like
on your
adults.
Okay.
Nobody's raising
Okay,
voice.
so
Exactly. So
if for instance in another situation, there's
He's
a
not-
decision
he's
to be
not
made.
done with
There's
No,
a
it's
decision to be
supposed to-
made. Yeah, let him make
There's a
his point.
decision,
Mhm.
and then maybe you give your input, and the man
Says we are going with his.
says no,
Is
goes
the
in a
opposite.
different
Yeah.
way.
Mhm.
Are you okay with that? Like will you?
We are
will
going
you
with
be
the man's
angry?
own.
Yeah.
Huh?
As a head.
Yeah, as the head.
That's what I know you people think
Yeah,
of
of course,
submission.
that's-
No, but then
No, I'm not.
but
We
then
are
you
giving.
have to
We are.
relate
Hey, Aisha, we are giving you a
two
scenario.
scenarios.
Yes.
We are
Make
giving you
sure-
a
make
scenario.
sure-
And the
yes.
disadvantages of the both. Then we pick one.
Yes,
No,
we
there's a
pick one.
decision to
But
be
the
made.
guy is not
There's a
willing
decision to
say,
be
okay,
made.
To
no.
take yours.
Yes.
There's a
No,
decision
that's
to
a
be
yours
made.
is
husband.
wrong.
That's a possessive husband.
that's
I
like
wouldn't want to
controlling.
be
No, it's not
husband.
possessive. There's a decision to be made.
That's autocracy. That's what
No,
is submission.
I heard your opinion, and I feel that your opinion is not.
What
It's
if
not
me,
the
I don't
right
feel
thing.
yours is the right
So
thing?
what
I'm the head. The man is the head.
Yeah,
Imagine, like I'm the head. I'm the head.
Okay.
So my own should be.
The man makes the decision. The man makes the decision at the end of it all. It's the man who makes the
come on,
decision.
God,
Okay.
The man is the head of the family.
And
He
what
makes
is
the
What
decisions.
the decision is making is wrong.
Yes.
So what? Who told you that?
Come on.
Okay, who told you that your decision is
It's correct.
You
Uh-huh.
can. You can both. You can even both. Yes.
The scenarios.
But at the end of it all, it's the man who will make the final
We
decision.
can. That best.
At the end of it all, it's the man who will make the final
Say
decision.
sure.
Nah.
That
Guys,
best
guys.
decision can be neither of yours initial decision. You can all make a whole day.
Non, je vous écoute. Je vous écoute.
Say
Je vous
something.
écoute.
Then
But the man's head,
if
they are the head,
the
so
wait.
we are going
then
with
then it means I'm no longer the head. It means I'm no longer the head
no
because
longer the head.
it
But
means
then
I'm no
you
longer
said
the head.
She's supposed to go with yours.
No, I'm saying the man will make
Nobody is saying that. Why you guys?
like I'll hear your opinions, but at the end of it all, like
You understand what
You said
Oh
no.
my
You said what he's
Okay.
saying.
What
What he's saying is there's a decision supposed to be made.
Uh-huh.
You have
Exactly.
your points. I've brought my point.
Uh-huh.
I've
We
heard
have to
your
go
point,
with the
but
man's
I
own
think
because
my
he's
own
the
is the
no,
right.
the decision at the end of it is the man who will take the decision. We have to make a decision.
At that time,
We have to make a
So what
decision.
is-
So is it the man or the woman who make the decision?
make
Who will make
And
it?
who will choose which one?
Who
Both
will
of
make
you are
it?
supposed to make it.
Then mean we don't have a
Yes,
head.
that's submission.
Then it means you don't have a head.
so how will we
Then we don't have a head in the family.
Let me tell you.
Then we don't have
this.
a head in the
A
family.
happy wife is a happy
Then we
home.
don't have a head in
If
the
your wife
family.
is sitting there every day, you are the one deciding for her.
No, nobody is saying that. We make the decision.
Susan, is that not what you're saying?
We lay all the options down, but at the end of it all, someone has to make a decision.
We are not talking about.
At the end of it all, someone has to make the decision.
That has happened. That we have to make
A decision. We lay all the options down. You bring your option, but at the end of it all, someone has to make a decision. Because we can't both be the
You
head.
know, you people said this.
We can't both be the head.
Issue. You said, this is
Yeah, domestic
this is some of the causes of it.
No, what is domestic violence? What is domestic violence?
And you know that we are going to take a decision. You have said something.
Your wife
You
is
understand?
never
This is
heard.
what you
If your
said.
wife feels like she's never heard, it's always the
No,
one
what
that
is you are never heard?
You are going to take a decision. It's like a leader in the what's the name?
Yeah, there's a leader. The leader will make the decision from the inputs. From the inputs that will come.
Exactly.
From the inputs that will come, I will make a
Then you
decision.
make a decision. You will make a stand.
Because there's a head. There is a head. So if you make a decision, I make a decision, then we don't have a head in the family.
No, both of you are not supposed to make different decisions. Both of you are supposed to come into an agreement and make a decision.
You can't always be in agreement. You can't always be in
Yes,
agreement.
but you say if you are not in
You
agreement,
can't always be in agreement.
You
It's
are
not
saying
possible. It's not
Let's
possible.
give them the
You
chance.
can't always be in
Tell us
agreement.
how we make a
you
decision
said
out of that.
you say you
Let
can't
them-
you can't always be in agreement, but
Mhm.
always your own will be chosen.
We didn't say that. Relax.
Because you are the head, didn't you say
We
that?
never said that.
Oh,
We are saying
Susan,
we are the
didn't they
head.
say that?
Hey, we-
Am I in the wrong here?
Yalla.
Did they say that?
So,
If somebody is a leader, if somebody is a leader presiding over the meeting,
Okay.
does it mean whatever he says are always
Okay,
what-
ladies.
no, he makes the decision
man
from
is
the
the head.
inputs
Okay,
that
okay,
come.
guys.
making the
I have a
decisions.
perfect example
Let's
for
go.
that.
Let's go.
Okay, we have a couple. Okay, and there's the husband and the wife.
Yes.
The kid is good at football, and the man wants his kid to have to play football.
Yeah.
But the mom wants his kid to go to school and have a degree or something.
You're
Being
supposed to
a-
go to school if you want to play football.
Yes, but the man wants a professional career of football. But yes, I know. Je veux dire, tu peux pas faire du foot en même temps être, je sais pas.
Si tu finis, demande à elle.
Tu fais les deux.
Exactement. C'est là où je vais arriver. C'est là où je vais arriver. Je dis, j'ai pas dit les football. Je vais parler en français.
Ouais.
Voilà. Je dis,
oui.
il y a l'enfant qui est là, n'est-ce pas? L'enfant, il est là. Ok, très bien. Tu as compris le scénario.
Oui.
D'accord. Maintenant, la maman, elle veut que l'enfant, il ait une carrière, pas de football.
Un médecin.
Un médecin ou bien un avocat comme ça.
D'accord.
Et le papa, lui, il veut que son enfant, parce que voilà, son enfant joue au foot.
Oui.
Et les deux sont dans la chambre, ils doivent se concerter pour prendre la décision.
Qui va prendre la décision?
Comme une femme soumise, comment va se faire la décision?
No, he's asking you who will make the decision. Who will make the decision? No, he's asking you who will make the decision.
First of all, me, when it comes to my kids' career, I will not, both of us are not choosing for the child. The child is choose.
You decide that.
The child wants to play football.
Fine, if the child wants to, no, he didn't say the child, he said the father wants the child to play football.
J'ai pas
He
dit
didn't
ça.
say that.
J'ai pas dit
You
ça.
Like you're just
You see, this some of the submission
No,
partner
our-
is not. that's why I
Our
asked you,
point
where is
still
the
holds. Our point at the end of it was someone has to make a decision. The head of the family has to, from the inputs that will come, from all the angles, we have to make a decision.
Maintenant, moi, j'ai répondu.
Est-ce que
Oui.
le garçon sait jouer foot?
Il sait
Les
jouer.
garçons-
On va prendre, alors je vais te donner
Oui,
une situation truc. C'est un enfant.
Oui,
C'est un enfant et en tant que ses parents,
oui.
on se dit que il n'a pas encore la capacité de savoir ce qui est bien pour lui.
Mais
Donc
lui,
là maintenant,
il veut quoi?
Bon, lui,
ne sait pas quoi il veut.
Il ne sait pas.
Lui,
lui, il ne sait pas.
Mais
Voilà.
comment non, moi je comprends pas. Comment
That's why I responded.
comment un parent
Va décider.
va se décider comme
Oui.
ça que moi je sais pas si mon enfant peut jouer le foot ou bien ne peut pas jouer le foot.
Non, il peut jouer.
il peut jouer.
Comment
Il
t'as su
joue
qu'il
bien.
peut
Non, mais c'est un cas.
Ça
Mais
veut
tu
dire
pas-
que si il peut jouer, ça veut dire qu'il part pour jouer.
Oui,
mais comme tous les enfants.
oui,
Là,
oui.
comme tous les autres enfants. Tu comprends
Oui.
pas mon cas. En
C'est
fait,
pas tous
je
les enfants qui savent jouer le foot.
veux te.
Non.
mais
There's
toi,
no
ton
way.
enfant, mais toi,
Si,
ton
si,
enfant,
il
sait
sait
jouer le
jouer.
foot.
Exactement.
Ton enfant sait jouer le
Donc,
foot.
Je sais que l'enfant sait jouer le
Il
foot.
sait jouer.
Et il aime jouer le foot.
Oui.
Il aime jouer le foot.
Good. Ça veut dire que
Même s'il ne sait pas jouer, pourquoi tu veux
Mais
dire
il aime
qu'il
jouer le
vu
foot.
les mains,
Attends.
il-
Il aime,
Il a vu Cristiano Ronaldo.
Même s'il ne sait pas jouer, comment tu vas dire qu'il doit
No,
jouer?
no, wait.
Oui, c'est parce qu'il sait jouer.
Wait.
Oui, ça, c'est savoir jouer.
Like at the end of it all, we have a head.
Voilà.
No,
So-
me, I responded that question. Me, I will not make that decision. My child will play football.
I'm not
and
talking
go
about that
into
one.
school.
I'm not talking about that
When he
one.
goes, he will
I'm
choose
talking
it.
generally.
Nobody is making that decision.
I'm not talking about that specific one.
C'est le mari qui a pris la décision au final. So that's the husband.
Fait le deux. Tu sais qu'il y a des enfants qui partent à l'école et jouent la foot. Il fait beaucoup d'efforts.
Oui, tu peux pas. C'est ça que je suis en train de t'expliquer. Je te parle de après. Tu peux pas prendre le football professionnel et être en même temps un lawyer, par exemple. Tu peux pas être
So
avocat
they
et
stop
footballeur.
school and just,
Voilà.
no, they just go to a school academy.
Voilà, c'est voilà, professionnel.
They,
No,
they
he's-
schooling there too.
No, it's not really special. It's just English languages and other stuff that they do. Languages and other stuff.
Exactement. Donc au final, qui va prendre la
My
décision?
question is, me, I will not choose for the child. The child will choose. If the child really wants to play football,
But he said the child is in a state where he can make decisions.
Voilà.
if I know my child can play football, he can go and play. Football is a
Donc
good
le mari
career.
a pris la.
Oui! Ça c'est, je voulais dire aussi que,
Like I don't get her. Like because we have a leader in the relationship. We have
we
the
have
leader.
understood. We
No,
are making the
it
decision.
seems
Me, I think
people
we've
it seems
understood that part.
some have not understood it.
We'll take a lot
We have a head.
Yeah, you
So
take
at the end of it all, someone has to make the decision
yes.
because you bring your inputs, everyone will bring. So he will make the decision based on the input that comes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Someone has to make the
And
decision.
you know, you the husband, you should be logical enough.
Yes, you
to
should
know
be
that
logical.
The decision I'm making is the right one, not because
Yes.
I'm the one who has that decision in my head.
No, I'm not saying because you are the one who has it.
Then that's the
It's
best.
also I'm saying
Because
that
I'm sure if
Is the
the
reason why I
decision
listen.
is good for you to be good
it's
for
also
me.
see, I'm saying he makes the decision based on the input that comes.
Yeah,
And the input comes from the woman too.
Yeah, the ladies are becoming a
Like I don't get it. I don't get it because I have to make the because I'm the head. I'm the head, so I have to make the because at the end of it all, if any situation comes and anyone comes to the house, it's the man they will want to see.
Yeah.
They will not ask for the woman. It's the man because why? The man is the head, and so if it's a decision like I have to make that decision because I'm the man. I have to take the responsibility on myself. But I'm not saying I'm making a decision without regarding your input or anything.
Yeah.
No, it's based on the inputs that will come. I'll make a decision.
Understand. But I thought the man makes.
I didn't say that. It was you who said it. It was you who said it. Exactly. It was you. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Because that's how it started.
No. I never said.
You have made the decision is supposed to be made, and you have made your points. But we are taking my own.
No. I didn't say we. I never said we are taking my own. I never said we are taking my own.
That's what you said.
I said we are taking my own.
You said the decision has to be made. That's what you said.
I said we are taking my own.
You read the video. You said.
No.
You said the decision is supposed to be made. And you brought your input and brought mine. And I was like, the final decision can even be a decision that was not from both of you. It can be a whole different decision.
Which is coming
both
from
of us have nobody. We have both understood that. Maybe
there are two people making decisions. You say something, I also say something.
yes, maybe your own has this
decision that is not from both of us.
Maybe your own has this.
Okay, fine.
It's like
fine.
Let's say example,
Fine.
we are deciding where to live after we are married. I want to live in Canada. You want to live in US.
Ghana, US, no.
Ghana.
Yeah.
You put it down. Hey, what is the pros
talking
and cons?
about-
What is the pros and cons? The wife is like, oh, I would like me like this. I would like to live in Ghana if I have enough money to survive in Ghana. Ghana is good. I have family. I have water. You are like, oh, Canada will bring a lot of opportunities. The money we will bring home. Okay. I want Canada because the money we are going to make at the end of each month, it can make a lot for us back home. The money going back home will make you a lot of properties, everything.
Yeah.
You want Ghana because maybe the family is there. You want to raise your kids in an environment, a cultural environment that they like.
What if I want Ghana because that is where I would be able to practice?
Good, excellent. Yes, I didn't know that's your point. That's your point. Excellent. Yes, you make that point. Me too. I make that point. Now we both don't agree on where one place to stay. We can all come together and choose a whole different country altogether, where you can practice better for your reason. Your reason can be
practice anywhere. As a medicine, as a doctor. If I go to Ghana, there has been some number of years I have to do. I have to write exams and do something. But if I go to a different country,
so it's Ghana for you.
Like 3 years.
It's Ghana for you constant. The wife can compromise and be like, okay, me to Ghana, there's pros for me in Ghana. Me, I like the fact that family is there. I like the fact that the food, I like the community. I like to raise my kids. That's when I'm when the wife doesn't want to compromise, that's when you can all decide on a whole different thing altogether. You will not say, so will you say, my wife still doesn't want to move to Ghana, so I will live here in Canada and go to Ghana.
I can't practice anywhere.
So in that scenario, what will you do? What will you do? You just go to Ghana and live here.
No, but should I go? I'm the one taking care of the family. Should I go to Canada or another country?
So you force her to. You force her to.
No, it's not you force her. Listen, I have married.
I don't know why you guys
to have kids. Okay, there is someone who is supposed to be a provider. Which if I don't even provide for the kids, your in-laws would even come after me.
This whole thing is
good.
Now
the only place I can practice easily when the moment I enter the country,
so the woman will follow you automatically because
Ghana. And you don't want to go to Ghana because you are saying that we might get this thing.
Yeah.
At that time, my question to you is, if I can't practice anywhere, what would be the decision?
Me, I gave an answer. I'm asking you, what would you have done? I gave an answer. I said the woman can compromise and follow you to Ghana because maybe she also has pros in Ghana. Even though I feel like me like this, I'll feel like, the money I'll make as anesthetist will not be enough in Ghana as how much I would have been making in Canada. So, but still now, my husband needs to go and practice so I can follow him. Or both of us will agree. You can go to Ghana and go and do the internship. Even we do internship, we go and do internship, write the licensing exams, everything, get your license. Then we find a place that you've got the license, everything, but we can still go to another place. Maybe not Canada, not Ghana, another place.
Practice. You have to go and do some years.
Yes, I know every country you go as health professional is supposed to do additional years. Yes, so you can come to that agreement. Or I've given two answers to this question. Now I'm asking you, what's it?
Yes.
Yeah, we can all decide on that, and then we all come and make a decision. Yes, also I asked you now, what should you have done? You just leave even though she has said, me, I will not go to Ghana, you leave her in Canada and go.
No, but if,
that's a question to you. What is your response?
It's simple. You have a wife who is not raising that,
what will you do?
Of course, that's the answer I'm giving. If you have a wife who is not to reason that every morning, or let's say every time, I will come and stand in front of you and I'll ask you for money, or our case will come and demand money for school fees. And I know that when I take you to Canada, you can't work, you be a student, and you can't take care of the family. And that is why you are saying you should go to Ghana so you can work and provide for the family. If you have a wife who is not able to reason like that, then it's simple. It's either divorce or you just quit.
Exactly. You've answered. Me too, I answered.
All right. So I think I'll take a last one. So go for it. So far, you've not made any points about what the videos. Have you?
Yeah, what you decide. No, he made a point that we don't specify what we bring.
You say you guys don't specify what you bring.
Oh,
So
okay.
I think we've talked about that one already.
Yeah.
And David also talked about.
Submission. That's
Exactement.
So the lady in the house.
me. My last point is about. There was a point Godfred made about if you are in a relationship and the girl gets pregnant, and maybe the guy says he doesn't want the relationship, the baby, but the girl says she wants the baby. At the end of the day, the man will be forced to go and provide for the child. First of all, you know, there are a lot of kids that grew up without the father being involved. They've not even met their father before.
A lot.
So I don't get your point. What's your point?
The point is, it's not all the time the men are forced to come and provide for the children if I want to keep the child. Second of all,
you are obliged to take off the child.
you're not obliged. Nobody obliges you. There are men who run away. They don't even know.
You have run away exactly the way. If you stay there,
So
if you stay there,
nobody
you'll be
obliges you.
no. My point. If you stay there, you'll be obliged.
No.
But because you ran away, we can't.
Yeah,
You just said run away.
I don't know.
You just said run away.
About running. I don't know men who are where my girlfriend is having a baby and they will not do anything to support. They will watch. Nobody obliges you. It's your conscience that can make me insist on you that I have a
It's
child.
not your conscience. It's not your conscience.
Nobody.
Society.
Nobody obliges you.
No, because you can't get someone pregnant and then
That's because you're a good person. Girlfriend, that's because if this is what you think, because you're a good person, you think that I cannot get someone child pregnant and then leave the person. But there are a lot of men who actually ignore, do not even bother.
But I still don't get the point.
I think that one is very wrong.
To clear
in
your
our
point that
society.
nobody obliges the man to, if I want to keep the child, nobody obliges the man to support. It's just when the man is good that the man supports. That's my first point. And second of all, when it comes to who wants to keep a child, when a woman gets pregnant, that decision should be only based on the woman. When a woman gets pregnant, and you are not married. When you are married, that one we are about to make a family. That one is both people's decision. But when we are dating and unfortunately the girl gets pregnant, it's a girl's decision to make whether she's keeping the child or not.
And so
You should know that.
it's also my decision
You
whether
know
or
why?
not to take care of the child.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Then
If you want the child
we're
and
okay.
me,
Then
I'm
we're
not ready
okay.
to bring the child. I
agree.
want to get an abortion. That's me. Because first of all, when a child comes into this world, I know MJ said this point, 80% of the work is done by the mom. She stays back to feed the child to grow. When the point.
But you should understand all this before you go and have sex.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So you shouldn't even be.
No, so you shouldn't use it as an argument. You're using it as an emotional argument.
No,
Like
I'm clearing the point to
because
you.
the woman does a lot. But you understood all this before you went to have sex.
Yes.
No, you made these points that I said I wanted a child and the woman said she won't keep it. What about that?
I was asking for an opinion.
That's the answer I'm giving you right now. So listen to my answer.
I'm listening. Talk.
What you
My answer is when it comes to childbirth,
Uh-huh.
a woman can get pregnant. We both can have sex. I'll get pregnant. You can go about and do everything you want to do. You can still continue schooling. You can do your doctorate. You can do whatever. The woman, her life changes.
She'll probably
after
lose like
germination,
2
when the
or 1
pregnancy-
year.
And I didn't disagree with that, so I don't know what points you're making.
I'm making a point that so when you say you want this point is about the fact that she said something that what if the woman wants to abort and you said no, what if the man says me I want you to keep the baby and the woman decides to abort, what will you do about that? They didn't clarify that, but that's the point I'm clarifying for you that it's actually an advice that when it comes to childbirth and you are not in marriage, you should leave the decisions to the woman. Let her decide. It's her body that is going to carry that child. And after that, she's the one going to be a mother for the rest of her life. You can travel to another country and even forget that you have a child. The only responsibility you have is bring money at the end of the month. And even that, there are a lot of men who don't even do that.
Yeah, because if I didn't want the child in the first place,
So I'm giving you.
So I'm not.
To clarify that point, if you give a personal advice to all men, when you are in a relationship with someone, you are not married. When it's a marriage, it's different. It's two people involved. It's a family. We can make a family because you are married. Law, in society, in everything, everybody knows you are married. You can bring a child. But when it's dating and a child comes in, the woman has the right to make all the decisions. She has to decide if I want to keep this baby or not. Because 80% of the work that comes after pregnancy is on the woman. And will you agree with me on that or not?
Yeah, I agree.
Good.
Ok, donc si je comprends bien,
Est-ce que tu es d'accord avec moi?
pas totalement.
Oui.
Parce que si je comprends bien, tu as dit que la décision revient complètement à la femme, à la
C'est
fille.
cette relation.
Oui, dans une
C'est pas
relation,
vrai,
bien
oui.
sûr. Dans une relation, la décision revient complètement à la fille
Oui.
de garder l'enfant ou pas.
Oui.
Moi, je dis pas forcément.
Pourquoi?
Pas forcément. Pourquoi? Parce que déjà, l'enfant qui va naître, il est de nous deux, n'est-ce
oui,
pas?
Oui.
Donc, la responsabilité morale et la responsabilité pour éduquer l'enfant, etc., vient de nous deux. Et si je ne me sens pas prêt?
Oui.
Et si moi, le gars, je ne me sens pas prêt à cet enfant, on fait comment?
C'est le repos qu'il a donné.
Oui.
Si tu dis que tu n'es pas prêt,
Oui,
et moi j'ai dit que tu veux garder l'enfant,
oui.
tu peux décider pour aider ou non.
Je peux décider pour aider ou non.
Oui. Si tu m'as dit que moi je vais pas ça, je suis pas prête pour un enfant.
Oui.
Et j'ai dit non, moi je peux pas risquer ma vie pour abortion et quoi.
Oui.
Et j'ai dit oui, tu peux décider pour m'aider ou non. Là-bas, moi je pense que là-bas, même en loi, ils vont demander est-ce qu'il a dit qu'il était prêt ou non.
Ok, d'accord.
Oui.
Ça, c'est le premier point, n'est-ce
Oui,
pas?
le premier
Et dans
point.
le deuxième point maintenant, dans la mesure où moi, je veux garder l'enfant et toi, tu veux pas.
Parce que c'est moi qui va être enceinte 9 mois. Après ça, la vie, quand une femme est enceinte, la
Oui.
vie de elle change complètement.
Pourquoi?
Jusqu'à la fin.
Après la grossesse, c'est quoi le truc? Après la
C'est
grossesse.
elle qui va faire l'allaitement.
Après allaitement,
Après
après tout
l'allaitement,
ça, après que l'enfant
C'est elle. Même société, mais une loi qui, c'est la femme qui est responsable de l'enfant.
Mais est-ce
Ou
que
bien
tout de
tu ne
suite,
sais pas
tout
ça?
de suite, tu étais en train de parler des hommes qui ne sont pas obligés, qui fuient, par exemple, qui sont
Oui,
pas obligés
oui,
de
oui.
prendre. Tu sais qu'il y a des femmes aussi comme ça. Il y a des femmes après la naissance de l'enfant, elle
Mais non, on dit
vient
les
comme dans ton
majorités.
cas,
Oui.
elle vient et elle dit
On
que
dit-
oui, que
oui,
moi,
chez
à la
nous-
base, je
chez
voulais
nous-
pas.
Chez nous, ça c'est vrai. Il y a les femmes qui, après
Oui.
l'accouchement, ils donnent l'enfant à les garçons. Les garçons donnent l'enfant à sa mère.
Une porteuse ou bien à sa mère, quelque chose comme ça.
Oui.
Voilà.
Oui, je sais ça, mais j'ai dit que majorité, c'est les filles qui est, tout ça, tu n'es pas d'accord avec ça. C'est majorité, après la grossesse, c'est les filles qui souffrent de majorité.
Oui,
jusqu'à
c'est
la
vrai.
fin.
Bien sûr.
Ça, c'est le vrai.
Oui,
Donc,
c'est vrai.
c'est une personnelle, how do we say advice?
Conseil.
Conseil que moi, je donne à tous les garçons. Que quand il y a ces problèmes,
Oui.
je pense que c'est mieux pour donner la décision à la femme. Si si tu me dis que moi, je suis
Moi,
pas prête-
je pense que la décision doit nous revenir de nous deux, c'est-à-dire que après une discussion, il faudrait que, parce que n'oublions pas aussi, supposons dans le cas où on est dans une relation et
Oui,
que par exemple,
normalement.
on est des étudiants.
Oui,
Si on est des étudiants,
Oui.
par exemple, et que nos parents ne sont pas forcément,
oui.
comment on appelle ça, ne peut pas forcément prendre en charge l'enfant et que la charge de l'enfant revient à nous deux.
Nous deux, oui.
Je suis un étudiant.
Oui,
Je ne travaille
moi
pas,
aussi,
je n'ai
je
pas
suis une
d'entrée. Toi aussi, tu es une étudiante. Je ne travaille pas, je n'ai pas d'entrée. Toi, tu me dis que, ouais, moi, je veux pas avorter parce que
Oui,
ma vie est
je
en
vais-
jeu ou bien parce que tatati tatata. Mais l'enfant, il naît. Il n'a pas demandé à naître. Ni toi, ni moi n'avons les moyens de le prendre en charge. On fait comment?
Si moi, là, dans cette situation, si moi, j'ai dit que je vais garder l'enfant,
Mhm.
je dois avoir une solution pour ça.
All right, so we've said a lot. Those that agreed and disagreed, yeah. I'm gonna have to take your last words because you're wrapping up. David, lastly, what do you have to say?
En français
Les deux.
ou en allemand?
Bien.
Tu parles allemand.
Bien sûr que non.
Hein?
Franglais.
Bien sûr que non.
Franglais.
Ok,
Français.
donc au final, on va dire que les filles sont compliquées. Oui.
Oui.
Oui, oui. Donc, au final, je pense que, bon, les filles ont donné leur avis. Nous aussi, les hommes, on a donné notre avis sur la question. Voilà. Du coup, j'espère pour nos auditeurs que ça va vous servir dans vos différentes... Moi, on a réussi à me convaincre dans certains points. Dans certains points aussi, je suis resté sur ma position. Donc, au final, que chacun prenne ce qui l'intéresse, ce sur quoi il a été convaincu. Si Aïcha a réussi à vous convaincre.
Personal choices.
Personal choices, comme elle a dit. Voilà. Donc, c'est ça.
Okay, go for it.
So yeah, important points were made, and so I think you should make a decision based on the information that has been said here. And so at the end of it all, it's all about you. Yeah, and about the abortion stuff. I think as a woman, you tend to risk a lot as the woman, and so you should understand all this risk, so that you just enter into a relationship, and because the guy wants to have sex or anything, you just allow him to have it. You should think about all these things, because after all, the guy, as you guys said, he can go on to live his life, go on with another girl, and you be the one at the end who did. So you should think about all these things before you allow a guy to go into your part. So, yeah.
Abstinence.
Yeah.
That's the best key. All right, lastly, Aisha.
The last thing I would say is, when it comes to all the ideas we've all said, it comes back to personal choices and the person you are with. You might be with someone who is opposed to everything we said, or who agrees with everything we said. At the end of it, just get to know the person you want to be in a relationship with. Make sure you both agree. You both have the same agreement on all these issues, and it will be a smooth ride. Just don't go for someone who does not agree with you. And when it comes to the submission, men treat women well and they will submit. That's it. And the abortion or giving birth, both of them are very risky. Leave the woman to make her own risky choice.
All right, guys, that'll be all for today. Thank you so much for watching. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and your comments. Please, we beg you, just say anything. You can just comment, share your view on whatever we are saying, whether you agree or you don't agree. It's very much welcome. And yeah, I'm out.